करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते भक्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते 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 वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजाग्रये। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरकृषे नमः। नमो ब्राह्मणाय गोब्राह्मणाय च जगद्धिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु। हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण। Yeah, today's session we will divide into two parts. One is the session, another is the experience sharing. Experience sharing session by all the devotees who have been part of Udupi Yatra. Is it okay? Sure? Okay. So Krishna was telling Arjuna on the various ways of reaching the transcendental plane, what we have in this from various ways to reach the transcendental platform from this middle world. So these are the different ways what he suggested. For example, for a kid to pass an exam, what is the easiest way? What are the different easiest ways for kid to pass an exam? By heart. Anything else?
Study well.
Study well.
Understand the concept.
Anything else?
Study the concept that teacher has taught.
teacher and stuff. Very well. Anything else? और कुछ ideas आ रहा है? Any other ideas? How a kid can pass an exam?
By exercise. No.
Yeah. Anything?
By eye exercise.
By eye exercise. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I was expecting some crazy answer from Jan Prabhu.
You got the meaning?
Yeah. Tell me. Tell me, Mike Madhavi.
Prabhuji, you got the meaning?
I got the meaning. Yeah. Tell me, bro. Hare, tell me. Why are you shy?
Copying others.
That's right. Actually, that is the answer I was expecting actually.
That is what I told.
Yeah. No, आपने थोड़ा indirectly बताया, वो directly बताया. No, that's also the answer. So there are different ways. Like that. Krishna was trying to explain the different ways how people try to reach. Now, there are probably before coming to Krishna consciousness, there might be some devotees who might be more on a Gītā worship. There's nothing wrong about it. Well, whatever the things are mentioned here, nothing wrong about it. Actually, nothing wrong about it. Okay? So, Krishna is trying to give first all the options available in front of you. And once you realize that each and every option was given, it is tough for me, first option is tough for me, second option is tough for me, third option is tough for me, like that after all giving the 10 options, then Arjuna, how great is God, right? Arjuna, you don't even ask, is there any easiest option? But Krishna understands Arjuna that he is expecting an easiest answer. Is there any easiest way to travel in the spiritual path? Then he gives. Right? Have you seen that, you value that very easiest, directly in one single go, if you tell the easiest way, people will not value. Only after tough options are given, it's very difficult, I can't handle it. I need easiest one. Then only you give the value for the easiest one. So that's how Krishna was trying to give all these options in Shloka number 28. So today we are in Shloka number 29. So all these options, were Krishna has mentioned till 28. So today we will go to 29. Yeah. Yeah. So this is 29. So this is to 29 also is the last one. The 29th sloka is the last one where he gives the mind control how to do and all. This is the 10th option among the toughest options what Krishna gives. 29. So let us read this. Yeah, Mike Mataji, please do the honors. Pranayama. Yeah, I think it is very easy words. Let us try to repeat. Everyone, let us try to repeat. Apane juvati pranam, prane panam sadhapare, pranapana gati ruddhva, pranayama parayana, apare nirahara, pranam praneshu juvati. So here he is telling to control through pranayama. Pranayama. Let us read the translation given by Śrīla Prabhupāda. Translation by given by Śrīla Prabhupāda. Yes. So basically this is to purify the mind and ego. How to purify the mind and ego? The translation is given. Still, Krishna is saying, still others who are inclined to the process of breath restraint to remain in trance, practice by offering the movement of the outgoing breath into the incoming, and the incoming breath into the outgoing. And thus at last remain in trance, stopping all breathing. Others, curtailing the eating process, offer the outgoing breath into itself as a sacrifice. So, as I said, see, last 7 to 8 slokas are a bit technical in nature, which is very boring. Sometimes it's very boring because it's nowhere related. In our practical life, we never do that because we don't belong to that category. And being in Grahastha ashram, generally we don't do that. So, it is a little bit technical. 29. So in 29th purport, I mean, again, lot of things are explained. Lot of things are explained. The system of purport by Divine Śrīla Prabhupāda ki. This system of yoga for controlling the breathing process is called pranayama. I think everyone know pranayama, right? Everyone know pranayama. This system of yoga for controlling the breathing process is called pranayama. And in the beginning, it is practiced in the Hatha yoga system through different sitting postures. All of these processes are recommended for controlling the senses and for advancement in spiritual realization. This process involves controlling the airs within the body so as to reverse the direction of their passage. Has anyone tried this in your life any time? Controlling this particular aspect of this practice involves controlling the airs within the body so as to reverse the direction of their passage. Anyone has tried here? ट्राई किया माता जी? वो होता है, मैंने तो ट्राई नहीं किया. होता है.
When I had knee surgery,
हाँ.
there is severe pain after that.
हाँ.
So at that time, I practiced this. Although I used to do it, but the pain will be relieved. Otherwise, when the pain is more, the BP will go
Yes.
up. So in that way, it will.
Yes. See. So I think we are very lucky to have one devotee within us who did this. So you can take a separate session. You can meet Mataji separately and do that. But
no, Prabhuji had a very this eye problem and we did it for 1 hour, 2 hours. There's all this anulom all this breathing exercises, and now he's traveling. And at time he lost total vision. Yes.
Is it?
Yes. And I took him to Kerala with both his hands on my shoulder and.
Oh.
Yes. At that time.
धन्य है तृप्ता माताजी there with you. Yeah. So Prabhuji and Mataji, as I said, it is technical, but there are some systems or there are some yoga systems which practice this for even curing. It's not only Mataji. I have seen a couple of people who have some body pain, and for that particular body pain, there is a amount of breathing. How much you breathe, how much you should control. Also, there is limit.
Actually, generally, many people they don't know whether they are breathing right or.
Yes. Actually, while sleeping, again, there are a lot of things. While sleeping also, while breathing, you should always breathe with nose, not with mouth. Lot of people while sleeping, due to whatever the reasons maybe, they breathe with mouth. How many of you breathe with mouth? I am getting doubt. Bharata, he is not lifting. You are lifting on behalf of him.
He will not lift.
Actually, breathing with mouth is not good. Breathing with mouth is not useful. I always advise you to breathe with nose only. Okay, so like that, little bit technical. So we need to understand that. So the apana air. Anyway, again, as I said, it's too technical. Let me directly go to this. One who engages in unalloyed devotional service to the Lord transcends the modes of material nature and is immediately elevated to the spiritual platform. That's what is being said here. Mamcha yoga vicharena bhakti-yogena sevate sagunan samatityaitam brahma bhuya kalpate. Yeah. Next is the practice of reduced eating is automatically done when one eats only Krishna prasadam or food which is offered first to the Lord. Reducing the eating process is very helpful in the matter of sense control, and without sense control there is no possibility of getting out of the material entanglement. Anyway, in brief, pranayama is mentioned here. See, lungs full, the inhalation is called puraka. Lungs get empty, and inhalate. That process is called puraka, and once the lungs are full with air, then antar kumbhaka, retention full. So you don't breathe, you stay stable, you don't breathe out. Then when you exhale, that process is called rechaka, and after you exhale, again retain, bahya kumbhaka. So anyway, these are little technical as I said. So this is the pranayama process, what generally happens. I hope everyone has a practice pranayama here, right? Yeah. Okay. So how is the pranayama process taken into practice? Lungs are empty, then inhalation done. And as I said, it's a mechanical process to control the live air in the body. Pranayama is a mechanical process to control the air. So that's what we need to understand. So this is the last process what Krishna tells among the before all the 10 options of tough options what he gives. Controlling the mind and ego is through pranayama. That's what Krishna stresses. Let us go to the 30th shloka. Yeah, Megh Mataji. Let us do this together. Let us do this together. Sarve pyete yajna vido yajna kshapita karmashayi yajna shishta marga bhujo yanti brahma sanatanam. Translation by Divendra Śrīla Prabhupāda ki Jai. All these performers who know the meaning of sacrifice become cleansed of sinful reactions, and having tasted the nectar of the results of sacrifice, they advance toward the supreme eternal atmosphere. So all these 10 processes, they actually cleanse from the sinful reactions, and having tasted the nectar of the results of sacrifice, they advance towards the supreme eternal. And that nectar, how it looks, what is the feeling of that nectar? Only who does, they can experience. जो गुलाब जामुन नहीं खाया है, मैं बाहर से बोलूँगा गुलाब जामुन is a round thing where it drops one by drop. वो जब नालकों में गिरता है तो क्या फीलिंग आता है, मैं कितना भी एक्सप्लेन करूँ, who doesn't taste, they will not understand the taste. Hare Krishna. Getting, how many of you have not tasted gulab jamun here? No, you have not tasted at all? Huh? Rihan Prabhu taste nahi kiya?
Not today.
Oh, that will be his answer. Huh? Today you ask. No, in your life, in this life, have you tasted gulab jamun? I hope this question is right. Huh? Did you taste gulab jamun in your life? No, then that's it. Anyone who has not tasted it, then this example is not valid. But the thing is, try to understand, when he says that having tasted the nectar of results of the sacrifice, they advance towards the supreme eternal atmosphere. That's what Krishna stresses. So common goal is to control the senses through all these 10 processes. Purport by Divendra Śrīla Prabhupāda ki sense gratification is the root cause of material existence. Therefore, unless and until one is situated on a platform apart from sense gratification, there is no chance of being elevated to the eternal platform of full knowledge, full bliss, and full life. All the above mentioned sacrifices help one to become cleansed of the sinful reactions of material existence. By this advancement in life, and not only does one become happy and opulent in this life, but also at the end, he enters the eternal kingdom of God, either merging into the impersonal Brahman or associating with the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Don't think that pure devotees, we can't become pure devotees. We can become pure devotees if you are serious. If you are serious. So sacrifice is must. Sacrifice is must. And these days parents, they can't bear the kids' sacrifice. Something negative happens, Amma manana. They should, I mean, you're getting my point, right? Kuncha debbathil veela kanneelu vastuntayi. Have you seen like that? In Shripad? When you got hurt, your dad or mom getting tears, any time it happened? Never? Never, right?
I didn't get hurt.
You are have you saved? Luckily saved. What about your sister? Yeah. Thing is, point is these days, especially in the big communities, I mean, how much the lard, like Hindi mein, lard pyar, jada lard pyar, garabam, in Telugu it is called garabam. Little this thing, they get panic, I mean, please, Prabhuji and my Mataji's, sacrifice in life, not only for us, we need to even teach kids. It's not only about this bhakti or all the 10 processes what Krishna is telling, even it is good for them. Even it's good for them. We are preparing our kids to face the society tomorrow. So we should make them strong by inculcating the culture of sacrifice. And that sacrifice can be in any form, like making them get up early morning, making them read for longer time. For example, one kid is habituated to only read 30 minutes. Please touch. He might be feeling bad. Let us try. Give us something, but try to increase the stamina or resistance of the kids. Sacrifice is not only on here, but also we should pass on this to kids also. Now, we as a parents, we should assess ourselves that I'm not blaming on him, even I'm telling this to myself, that kids, sacrificing nature we need to teach them in any form. Sacrifice means that war में जाके भिड़ने का नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. Even in our daily life also we can do sacrifice. We can teach them sacrifice. Can you give an example of how to teach sacrificing nature to the kids? Give some examples. महक माता जी पिताजी की तरफ देख रही है. क्या बोलूं पिताजी?
Making them tough, like there will be a lot of easy things they will be liking, which is not, we know, like, which are not good for them.
For example,
so,
see,
we may be really harsh. No, like a child may be waking up at 9 o'clock, as you told. So we have to be really harsh. No, this is not right.
Yes.
नहीं मम पापा मैं थोड़ा सोऊंगा नहीं मैं सोऊंगी.
Right.
No,
right.
It's a clear no. They have to wake up.
Right. So like this, for example, we went to Udupi. For first day onwards, kids were very craving for beach, Malpe beach. They were saying, but they sacrificed for 2 days, and on the 3rd day we went to beach. So that's a sacrifice. There's one item of sacrifice. See, for that sacrifice, they were able to come with us to the temples, all the temples we were visiting. Of course, whether they sincerely came, that's a different thing. But no one has been cranky. You told, we will go to beach today. At any home, if you are not taking us to beach, tomorrow we will not come to temple. No one did like that, right? So it's a kind of a sacrifice. So we need to teach kids. And please, phones. Prabhuji, some other days. Believe me, if you are giving the habit of giving phones to kids, you will suffer tomorrow. It might be for small time, but tomorrow it's going to be very tough. Please, phone control, please make a note of it and give a fixed time for giving phones to kids, not most of the time. So please think about it. So teach sacrifice. What are the other examples? What are the other examples? 2 more we will take. What are the other examples to teach kids the sacrificing nature?
For example, let's say some food or something you are sharing, you have to make sure that it's shared with large.
Yes.
Like if there is a shortage, you show them like how.
Yes. Yeah. If favorite food is there. For example, favorite fruit. Sripad likes jackfruit, favorite. And he wanted a majority of the jackfruit from himself. He's not ready to give to his sister and his parents. And we should tell him, Sripad, will you give jackfruit? Do it. Yeah. Like this, we should tell. Yeah, that's a good point, bro. It's a very nice point. Yeah. Any other example? Huh? You know what? In the temple we went, actually there was a facility to eat on the stone, but that is there in the ground floor. But it is there in the ground floor, and we didn't eat. Somehow we went to first floor. Everyone they were taking plate. I also took plate. It was closed. Yeah.
Only Saturdays.
I didn't know that. Anyway, the point is, that's how the sacrifice. And please, Prabhuji and Mataji's, please try to teach even for being 1 or 2, especially on Ekadashis. What is going to put 1 or 2 morning breakfast or lunch? Avoid karo. I mean, not saying keep them hungry. It's not that they are hungry by force, right? And believe me, it helps. It helps them. It's good for their body. How many of you know it is good? Ekadasi actually being hungry. So the thing is, it's difficult. But teach not don't. There are some devotees whole day they won't eat even. It's not only on Nirjala Bhaimi Nirjala Ekadashi, but also in some Ekadashi devotees do Nirjal on all the Ekadashi. Himanshu Prabhu ki. Okay. So the point is now he's elder, but kids we can teach. Arey, oka puta good. Let them feel that hunger. Let them oka puta hungry అయితే ఏం కాదు. एक पूटा नहीं हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं? पूटा. One meal. Okay, one meal out of the 3 meals. One meal on Ekadashi day. One meal avoid or 2 meals avoid for kids. कुछ होने जाएगा. That's how we teach, you know. That's how that's a. Huh? Festival days, yeah. After puja, you can eat, or you know, please, nothing will happen. Probably they will cry. Arey, aakalestunnamma. Try to stretch. You are please. It's not a kind of a policing system, but that's how we teach. Tomorrow, once they become, they understand the importance. I hope you're convinced, right? Once in 2 weeks, giving this particular break to a body is good for health scientifically also. Are you all convinced?
Yes.
Everyone convinced? Is there anyone who is not convinced? Leave about spiritual aspect, bhakti and all. Scientifically also it is proved. Do you agree? Now if you want, you can check with doctors. This Madhacharan Das has come here and told this doctor, what do you say? Is it right? Shall I keep my son hungry for 1 day? Ask. Take the inputs. Nothing wrong. Okay, but teach the culture of sacrificing also in many ways. Studies, okay, early get up. Sharing, caring, etc. Okay, so yeah, additional examples nahi hai. So 4.31. 4.31. Yeah, Mac Mataji. Let us repeat. Everyone, let us try to repeat. Nayam lokosya janasya kutonya sattama. Kutonya kuru sattama. Translation by Śrīla Prabhupāda ki Jai. O best of the Kuru dynasty, without sacrifice, one can never live happily on this planet or in this life. What then of the next? So sacrifice is there for every living entity in this world. Without sacrifice, it's very difficult. Today morning I was seeing a Rediff message. Lalit Modi, he was saying, yes, I was born in a golden spoon. So I will spend 1 or 2 crores every day. 1 or 2 crores every day. Because I am getting more than that every day. Yesterday or today, one message I was seeing. So, if you are really serious about spiritual life, you have to learn the sacrifice. Without sacrifice, one can never live happily. On this planet, on this life, what then of the next? So, yeah. Purport by His Divinity Śrīla Prabhupāda ki. Whatever form of material existence one is invariably ignorant of his real situation. One is invariably ignorant of his real situation. What is the real situation? And he say, one is invariably ignorant of his real situation. What is the real situation he is talking about? We are in this middle world. This is Dukkhalayam. There is no permanent happiness here. We will be happy for sometimes, we will be sad for sometimes. Okay? That is the real situation. But lot of people, at least we are trying to be spiritual life, so we understand. But out there are a lot of people who don't know their real situation. Great scholars also, they are an impression that I am top. I can, with my planning I can do anything. That's the impression they carry. So ignorance is the cause of sinful life. And sinful life is the cause of one's dragging on in material existence. The human form of life is the only loophole by which one may get out of the entanglement. Please understand this statement. I repeat this. Ignorance is the cause of sinful life. And sinful life is the cause of one's dragging on in material existence. The human form of life is the only loophole by which one may get out of this entanglement. Ardhamainda? Did you get it? This is the only. Once we go to, how many of you here joined a corporate company and immediately tried to find out what is the loophole? Anyone tried this? Try भी किया तो क्यों बोलेंगे publicly, right? And probably Sanjeev Prabhu, you are in complaints and all. Probably have you seen? I mean, it's not you, but you might have seen a lot of employees, right? When they try to find out the loopholes in the system.
That's the policy.
That's the policies.
I have seen people, my batchmates, when they were doing the entrance exam for TCS, and one other software company, while they were doing this exam, they found the loophole and they cracked the interview. They cracked the technical round.
Good. So like that, generally human psychology who are materially very contaminated, they like finding loopholes. We should be something different from others, right? Everyone, Gumpulo Govindalaga, Andarlaga unte mana value undi. We should find something unique, right? Like that, they try to find out loopholes. So here, human life is the best bet for us for getting out of this loophole. What is this loop? Birth, death, old age, disease. In this loop, there is a hole where if you take the human life, there is a scope for you to get out of. In any other form, you can't come out of that loop. So that loop hole is human life. In human life only you can understand how to come out of that loop. That's what Śrīla Prabhupāda is stressing here. By performance of yajna, we can have enough food, enough milk, etc. Even if there is so-called increase of population, when the body is fully supplied, naturally the next stage is to satisfy the senses. The Vedas prescribe therefore sacred marriage for regulated sense gratification. Therefore, thereby one is gradually elevated in the platform of release from material bondage, and the highest perfection of liberated life is to associate with the Supreme Lord. Perfection is achieved by performance of yajna, or as described above. Now, if a person is not inclined to perform yajna according to the Vedas, how can he expect a happy life even in this body? And what to speak of another body on another planet? There are different grades of material comforts in different heavenly planets, and in all cases there is an immense happiness for persons engaged in different kinds of yajnas. But the highest kind of happiness that a man can achieve is to be promoted to the spiritual planets by practice of Krishna consciousness. A life of Krishna consciousness is therefore the solution of all the problems of material existence. So, purpose of all sacrifices: one is to sense control, another is freedom from sinful reactions. The same dialogue is repeated here. What are the form of material existence? One is invariably ignorant of the real situation. In other words, existence in the material world is due to the multiple reactions to our sinful lives. Ignorance is the cause of sinful life, and sinful life is the cause of one's dragging on into material existence. The human form of life is the only loophole. Your loophole is not used in a negative sense. In the loop, there is a hole. That is, hole is to get out of this loop. Okay? 4.32. Let us do this together. So, let us do this together. Evam bahu vidhayagna vitasa brahmano mukhe karmajan vidhitan sarvan evam jnatva vimokshase. Translation by Devendra Śrīla Prabhupāda ki Jai. All these types of sacrifice are approved by the Vedas, and all of them are born of different types of work. Knowing them as such, you will become liberated. All the different types of sacrifices are approved by Vedas. What are the 10 processes they approved? It is approved by Vedas. And all of them are born of different types of work. Knowing them as such, you will become liberated. Each and every person, as we discussed, each and every person has his own mood. For example, among our own devotees, there might be one particular person might be good at something. One person might be good at something, right? See, on that day when we were standing in Udupi Sri Krishna queue, one Prabhuji came and he told Himanshu Prabhu is You are having lot of ideas, you get good ideas, great ideas, he told, right? So, getting ideas is his strength. You can suggest, with that ideas he built a website. Like that, each and every devotee has his own mood. Like that, he was saying, all different types are approved by the Vedas, and all of them are born of different types of work. With each and every person. For example, I'm like a donkey. I like to work physically very much. I like to physically work very much. If any instruction is given, physically not, I will do. I am comfortable in doing that. But somehow as per my Shiksha Guru order, I am doing this seva. But I am comfortable in that. So like that, each and some devotee might be good at singing. Deepa Mataji is there. Even while she talking also, it looks like she is singing. Right? So, if I ask her, Mataji, please ensure that this bhartans and all the prasadam bhartans are there, can you ensure please move them to the third or fourth? But she might do it as an obligation, but she might not be comfortable, right? So, like that, Krishna is saying here, for different types of work, they have different kind of sacrifices. So, all are approved by Vedas. So, knowing them as such, you will become liberated. That's what he is saying. Purport is given by Śrīla Prabhupāda ki different types of sacrifices as discussed above are mentioned in the Vedas to suit the different types of workers. Because men are so deeply absorbed in the bodily concept, these sacrifices are so arranged that one can work either with the body, with the mind and with the intelligence. Here it is mentioned, right? These sacrifices are so arranged that one can work either with body, with the mind or with the intelligence. Yeah, Riyan Prabhu, among these three, using which you prefer to work more? Among these three, either with body, either with mind or with intelligence. Body. So body means he is physically, he was already told, I like doing gym like my dad, to do seva, right? So nothing wrong. What about you, Skanda? Body, mind, intelligence, through which you wanted to involve? Mind. So different people, different this thing, okay? So, but all of them are recommended for ultimately bringing about liberation from the body. This is confirmed by the Lord herewith from his own mouth. From his own mouth he is confirming. Okay? So 4.33. Yeah, let us do this together. Shreyam dravyamaya yajna jnana yajna parantapa sarvam karma khilam pardha jnane parishamapyate. Translation by Divine Grace, Śrīla Prabhupāda ki, O chastiser of the enemy, the sacrifice performed in knowledge is better than mere sacrifice of middle position. You understand? O chastiser of the enemy, the sacrifice performed in knowledge is better than mere sacrifice of middle positions. After all, O son of Buddha, all sacrifice of work culminate in transcendental knowledge. All sacrifice of work culminate in transcendental knowledge. So what do you mean? Sacrifice performed in knowledge is better than mere sacrifice of material possessions. What do you mean? What did you understand? That's what I am. Sacrifice performed in knowledge is better than mere sacrifice of material. There are so many people, right? They do yajna and they give this much dakshina, this much. They will materially they will throw money for doing some yajna, ritualistic, but they don't have the knowledge. They don't have spirit behind it. What is spiritual? Any ritual which is done with a spirit is spiritual. If they are blindly doing ritual, okay. I think you might have surely seen people around you, right? Doing ritual. Okay. Pujari gari enti vali? Paisa sunda? Teeskondi. But they say body present, mind absent. While doing ritual also, a lot of thinking would be going in the background. They are not actually doing that ritual with spirit. Bhakti bhav se karte nahi. That's what he's saying. Sacrifice performed in knowledge. So, with having the complete understanding or complete understand the spirit, having the spirit while doing any ritual is better than mere sacrifice of middle positions. That's what he said. So after all, O son of Brahma, all sacrifice of work culminate in transcendental knowledge. So, purport by His Divine Grace, Śrīla Prabhupāda ki
Jai.
Jai. Okay. The purpose of all sacrifices is to arrive at the status of complete knowledge, then to gain release from material miseries, and ultimately to engage in loving transcendental service to the Supreme Lord Krishna. Right? The purpose of all sacrifices is to arrive at the status of complete knowledge, then to gain release from material miseries, and ultimately to engage in loving transcendental service to the Supreme Lord. When one's faith reaches the stage of transcendental knowledge, the performer of sacrifices should be considered more advanced than those who simply sacrifice material possessions without such knowledge. For without attainment of knowledge, sacrifices remain on the material platform and bestow no spiritual benefit. Here it is clearly said. Now tell me, how many of your family members who are not yet in Krishna consciousness or KC? Now you need to introspect. How many are really doing with knowledge? Doing that ritual with knowledge. Satyanarayana Chesam, one tick ayipindi. Yes. I satisfied my wife. She asked for Satyanarayana. I did that. Okay. What else you want? You wanted to go to Vrindavana? We'll go. Okay. Book 2-3 days trip or Vrindavan over. Have you seen people around you like that? Relatives, friends? Right? Everyone might have seen, I'm sure. What is it, true? Today, yeah, they will have all the plan, pakka plan, they are wonderful plans. That temple, this temple, this temple, this temple, they will have plan. But they will not go with that mood. Okay, temple illa, okay, I satisfied my partner, my family, I satisfied, okay, you are happy, right? Prabhu, you are happy. Mother, you are happy, right? You went to Udupi temple, you are happy, no? You are happy, I am happy. Yes. No, there are lot of Prabhujis like that. Lot of Prabhujis like that. I have personally seen where they have checklist, they go, and the first thing after going to the temple, they ask their partner, "Ain't you happy? She will tell, but for him, it's a checklist. Okay, I made my wife happy.
Why go that far?
Huh?
We take our wives to the mall also.
Yeah. But mall is completely a materialistic activity. But what I'm saying is, here they are performing sacrifices on the material platform itself. They are not doing with knowledge. That's why. Because mall is a different activity. Mall doesn't come into this category at all. They are trying to do a spiritual activity, but not with knowledge, but with material possessions. Okay? So, depending on differences in consciousness, sacrificial activities are sometimes called karma kanda, fruitive activities, and sometimes gnana kanda, knowledge in the pursuit of truth. It is better when the end is knowledge. It is better when the end is knowledge. So now, after hearing all this,
Just if someone is like this, means Karolpati, yeah, and he's like giving 5,000 rupees just so off and all. I think or maybe 10,000 or 1 lakh rupees. But he has a habit like to do a lot of show off, and he really loves doing show off. So if he stops that show off, I think that will be better than like if he stops doing show off and he will be feeling bad, I'm not showing, not doing show off because all of a sudden he has stopped. No? So I think that will be a better sacrifice,
Yeah,
correct or not?
that's also sacrifice, bro. Now,
because he really loves to do show off. And
that's
he's
also
not doing that.
That's also kind of sacrifice because from coming from his environment, I think you might have seen this kind of people also. Everything is ritualistic that they will do.
Politicians.
And a lot of people, not only politicians, even our own community, Sri Navami, all this. I mean, I'm sorry, again and again, I'm taking examples of Mataji's only. They wear wonderful sari, bangaram, and they will not directly say, hey, please see me, no? See me, no, they will not say. But they will have an intention. పుస్తకాలు మీరు ఎక్కడ చూడండి ఇది నాకు కనపడి. I mean, they will not tell, but they will expect something from outside people. That's a direct. If they are coming from that, probably again I'm not offending them, but try to understand again there is nothing negative about them because they are coming from that kind of environment.
Even gents are there. If they have good body, they will.
The point is now coming to sacrifice, Prabhu. That kind of people are there. Now there is nothing wrong. Yes, it is wrong, but nothing to personally attack them because they have been tuned like that. They are coming from that environment. If they are getting this kind of knowledge, at least their trial of not showing off is a sacrifice.
Huge sacrifice.
Huge sacrifice. దేవుడు భక్తి గీతి కాదు అక్కర్లా. ఈవెన్ ద కైండ్ ఆఫ్ దట్ థింకింగ్ నన్ను ఎవరు పొగలేదండి, నన్ను ఇంత ఇంత బాగా రెడీ అయ్యి వస్తే ఇంత మంచి చీర 25,000 30,000 salary I purchased and came. No one is asking about my saree. What is this? It looks like everyone has felt one time or other in your life. No? So the point is even the thought of Hare, I should do sincerely, though I am coming from that background, I don't want any expectation. That's also sacrifice for me. Probably sacrifices are very physical sacrifice you see, but mental sacrifice is more taxing actually. With the kind of baggage we are coming, right? People have different backgrounds they might have come. For example, our Meena Mataji, recently they have come from Warangal. The kind of, when I was listening to them, the kind of sacrifice they were making, because the kind of background they are coming, their entire family, environment and all, they are non-vegetarians. And then during that function also, all are eating non-vegetarian and they are not eating. It's a huge sacrifice. I mean, because we need to convince.
You left it.
Huh?
Your sacrifice.
I leave out my sacrifice. I'm just saying, these might be appearing physical. These are physical sacrifices better. But there are some mental sacrifices which won't appear, but it's very very difficult to curb.
Very true.
Some natures, Prabhu, I mean, I can't say this. There might be some natures which are there within us. Outside, we might be showing very goody picture of our face. But sometimes, when we keep ourselves out of this body, have you tried this anytime? Keeping yourself out of this body and seeing you? I mean, I don't know if I complicated. ఎప్పుడైనా మీరు మీ నుంచే బయటికి వచ్చి మిమ్మల్ని చూసుకున్నారా?
Reflection.
No, have you? There is nothing to do this in front of everyone. But have you ever, in your life, anytime you felt you coming out of yourself and observing you? Because if you are there in yourself, you will not understand sometimes. But when you come out and see yourself, you see a lot of things. I'm sitting in Vyasas.
No, true.
Right? And being in Krishna consciousness helps you to understand this. Lot of people even don't know what is there within us. Actually, you know what? For example, a person is getting cancer. You know what? That cancer is already there in his body. It's just a time at which it manifests. It's not something like, oh, bahar se aaya. No. Everything is there in our body. But for time, karma and all, it manifests, fructifies. Please don't just write the experience. Going out of yourself and seeing you. How many of you have seen this? Lift your hands. Wait this. Who are not lifted? Then you will see more of yourself. What kind of anarthas are there within us? Everyone okay? Yeah. Now after telling all this, Krishna understands Arjuna's mood. So these 10 sacrifices are there, and through 10 sacrifices we can reach him. But Krishna understands that Arjuna is expecting easier option than these 10 sacrifices. Now next shloka is the last shloka of the day. Okay? Listen to that carefully. So next shloka is the one for which Krishna says what is the easiest way for Arjuna to surrender or to take this path, avoiding all these 10 sacrifices. What is the easiest way? And that's the same question what Arjuna had, and that's the same question even Ruchi Mataji had. That is, how to surrender Prabhu. How to surrender Prabhu. So that is the next one which Krishna tells, and it's a very important shloka. Can you guess? Let us, okay, there is some additional examples from Parampara also. Karma Kanda sacrifice is done by giving up limited sense gratification to increase it by 10 times. It is on material platform and inferior to Jnana sacrifice. Now, session 6. Methods, results and glories of attaining Jnana. 34. That's what we are going to read now, and that is the last sloka of the day. Attain Jnana from a Guru by surrender, inquiry and service. Let us do this together. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadeshante jnanam jnanina sattvadarshina. That is the easiest process what Krishna is saying to Arjuna. Translation by Divine Grace, Śrīla Prabhupāda ki. Just try to learn the truth by approaching the spiritual master. Just try to learn the truth by approaching the spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively. Again, inquire from him. Number one. Number one is inquire from him. Number two, submissively. Submissively. Do you think you have submissive nature? Anyone who says that we are having submissive nature? Lift your hands like this. Okay. योगेश प्रभु ने लिफ्ट हैंड किया इसलिए रुचि माता जी ने भी लिफ्ट हैंड किया. Yeah, but try to understand the intensity of these crucial words here. Inquire from him, number one. Number two, submissively. Submissively. Number three, render service unto him. Three things. Inquire, submissively, and render service. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. They have seen the truth. Okay? So, what is the sacrifice here? There are three steps as I mentioned: submissively, inquire, and service. So then the process of surrender becomes complete. Process of surrender becomes complete once you do these three things 100%. Now you need to introspect yourself. इन तीनों में भी कितना मेरा 100% है, कितना परसेंटेज है? Please, this is a very strong thing actually. Inquire submissively and serve him. And how do you serve? How do you serve? They said render service unto him. How do you serve the spiritual master?
Following his instructions.
Following his instructions. But are we following? Are you sure that you will follow? Now, since you consider me as though I am not in a role of a guru, I am just trying to serve as a servant. But if you consider as a guru, then everyone come by 6 o'clock every Saturday. Are we coming? Probably it's not that you are here. I am not a great guy. जो बात सुना है, लेकिन no, you are not able to. Simple. This is a very very simple instruction. Now even I am asking time. Shall we shift it to 6:30 if you are busy till 6 o'clock? Shall we do it 6:30 and we will continue session from 7 to 8:30?
People will still come.
Still come late? Sure?
1,000%.
1,000%. Okay. See, Himanshu. So what do you say? Probably these simple things. It might be appearing very simple. If you are really serious about your spiritual life, please don't let us. Even spiritual life also we can make it entertainment. Spiritual entertainment we can call. Spiritual entertainment. All will wear dhoti, kurta, tilak and all, and we'll talk. Oh, wow. क्या श्लोका मारा प्रभु, उधर उसने उधर क्या बोला, इधर ये श्लोका क्या बोला, वो मूवी देखा प्रभु, कृष्णावतार मूवी है, वंडरफुल है, अपन जाते हैं. We can make an entertainment. We can make an entertainment of our this spiritual gathering every Saturday happening. Also, we can make an entertainment. Spirituality also can be entertainment. Do you know? We can make it an entertainment. I can give a couple of jokes. We'll all laugh. We'll all laugh. No, Prabhu, that is not the purpose we are here. We are here to please Krishna. We are here to hear about Krishna. We are here about to listen to Krishna's instructions. If you really are serious about your spiritual life, rendering service unto Him or rendering the instructions of Guru is very important. Very, very important. And externally we might say, I have this problem, I have that problem. Problem bahar nahi hai, hamare nahi hai. If you actually introspect, no, the problem is there within us only. How many of you realize this? Problem is there within us only. So, then if you know the problem, is there within us, and you know what? You know even the solution also. Do you know the solution? Then what is it stopping? Huh? What is it? No, is it a very big ask? You know what? A lot of people know, especially lot of Sampradāya who have come, Sampradāyas who have come, lot of spiritual organizations have come up who are not in Sampradāya. They, after taking a goodwill of a person, they try to ask money in some form or other, for using for service only or whatever the reasons may be. They might be asking for their own personal benefits. But we should be proud, Prabhu. We only wanted the devotees to know the advantage of being spiritually aware. कुछ आपको material loss कुछ हो रहा है क्या वो solution implement करने से? What you know the problem, you know the solution. In implementing, is there any material loss for you? कुछ पैसा जा रहा है क्या? And वो implement करने से किसी और को benefit हो रहा है क्या? Is it benefiting anyone else? It is benefiting you only, right? But leave out the exceptions. Prabhuji, some accident ho gaya, I could not come. That's a different thing. Prabhuji, my intlo guests vacharu. I don't know to what extent that is right. You can bring them. You will know. At the worst, what will happen? They will know. Abba mera, let Abba mera Rama. Please, Prabhuji and Madhujis, try to take spiritual life seriously and try to choose Guru. Once you start 16 rounds, I will go around 16 rounds. I already told them, please look out for a Diksha Guru. Listen to them. आपका मूड फिक्स होने, आपके मूड के मुताबिक कोई दीक्षा गुरु मिलेगा. Choose. You need to make an attempt. प्रभुजी, आपके जॉब के लिए you make an attempt, right? प्रभुजी माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का जॉब में he is working in Microsoft. ग्रेजुएशन होते ही चुपचाप बैठते ऑटोमेटिकली माइक्रोसॉफ्ट आके उनको लिया नहीं ना. He might have made some effort, right? Like application form fill up करना या कुछ अप्लाई करना, then multiple rounds have. You should make an effort. Guru will not come to you. You disciple, you need to take an effort. What is that thing which is stopping? Problem is no. Solution is no. What is the problem? Please don't listen, Bhagavad. Let us try to be open. Huh? So what else devotees can help? Implementation drive. Already see Deepa Mataji, every day she is going at 4:30 a.m. right? Mangalarti. She is trying to drive. She is trying to go take devotees. She is trying to spread Krishna consciousness. What else devotees can do to bridge the gap between problem and solution? Please suggest. As a servant, I am just trying to help. If I may not, I will try to request my other devotees to help you. क्या करें? कुछ मतलब प्रॉब्लम मालूम है, सॉल्यूशन मालूम है, इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं हो रहा है, क्या करें? हाँ? अभी इनिशिएटिव ठीक है. Do you feel on the weekdays also? On the weekdays, if not I, but if I come daily and if we do chanting, will it help? Every day I will come at 5:30 or 4:30. I will come to Zenith every day. We will do chanting together. Shall we do? No, please, Prabhuji, I am a servant here. I am trying to serve you to the best of my capacity. Then that's what Masli. If you are now willpower कब आएगा मालूम? हाँ, willpower कब आएगा मालूम? When you are taking spiritual life seriously, right? I'm not saying you should avoid the responsibility what you have, but you need to prioritize. I believe in Prabhuji and Mataji, there are a lot of devotees who are holding much material responsibilities than most of you whom you are handling, and they are perfectly situated in transcendental plane. Believe me. Please contemplate. Next week we will discuss on this point. Okay? So the self-realized souls can implement. So we need to understand that. So you meet. So then the process of surrender becomes complete, and you meet pure devotees submissively and inquire now. Now here you meet a pure devotee and inquire some spiritual subject, and pure devotee gives an instruction, and you follow it. That's the service to the devotee. Now, have you seen sometimes in your life with your parents? I think everyone here might not have heard your parents at one time or the other, right? There might be in your situation from your childhood till now where you have not heard your parents, and later you realize that my parents have whatever they said, they said it for me. I think everyone faces this, right? What about kids? Kids, everyone faces this. Skanda, Avish, did you face?
They are not in that phase. When they will grow up,
No. But still, I'm just confident. And somehow, by seeing the wonderful devotee kids here, I'm just feeling that they already experienced it. Have you ever, Sripad, Riyan, Avish, Skanda, please listen. Listen to the question. Have you ever faced where you have went against your parents and later you realized that, and you went against the parents and you did something and realized that, my parents, whatever they told, that was right. Have you ever realized in this little life? Huh? What is it?
I ate too much junk food and my body couldn't stop eating.
Uh,
And then I told my father, why didn't I eat? Everyone is eating. And then I got stomachache, and then my
Father has given Bhagavadgita, then you stop. Good, that's a very good example. So, probably some other days. Now, little bit, one point here, not only kids but also elders. Have you noticed when you are hearing to your parents, there is a different energy when you do. When you hear to your parents, something like, when you follow dharma, there is a quotation, right? Dharmo rakshati rakshata, right? When you follow dharma, even something negative happens in your life, that power will be there within you to handle that situation. Has anyone faced this personally? When you are, Meena Mataji lifted the hand. Thing is, when you are doing dharmically anything, you are doing, then automatically the power comes within. Even in the worst of the situations, that power is there within you to handle that situation. Alage, like that only, when you are parents, right? Parents, of course, there might be situations where they might be wrong, they might be right, but for most of the situations, parents, when they say, you will feel when you follow them, there is the additional energy what you get when you are doing the things as per the parents' instructions. Similarly, Guru, when the Guru's words, instructions are being followed, you will get a different energy. Different energy for Buddhism knowledge. And probably if you are not experienced, you will experience it. When you follow the Guru's, it might be, tomorrow Leela Prabhu might say, Madhav Charan Prabhu, you are out of this teaching, this thing, going forward, you please, all the devotees come on the Sunday, so you please ensure that take the seva of having their chappals arranged in order. I should do it. For example, on the other day, on the last day of journey, I acknowledged everyone, mainly devotees like Ramesh Prabhu, Murli Prabhu, Himanshu Prabhu, or Sanjeev Prabhu. I acknowledged whatever they did for the Udupi Yatra, but I forgot to acknowledge Ruchi Mataji in the bus. I am not saying that she felt, but the thing is, मुझको recognize नहीं किया ने, ये क्या मैं इतना काम किया, ये मुझको याद ही नहीं किया. What is this? If you are having that kind of a mood, right, it's not good in the spiritual life. You should always be in the mood of servant. And it's not easy, Prabhuji and Mother. It's not easy. With the kind of material education we have, with the kind of background we are coming, with the kind of background we are doing in professional career, it's very difficult to have that mood of servant. Believe me. Prasad Prabhu, who is working in Broadcom company, he is a vertical head. He is going and teaching kirtan and giving classes to the slum kids. Slum kids, almost 10 to 15 kids, families. He not only changed them from eating non-veg, even their parents also are also not eating non-veg. Where the Hafizpet flyover is there, right? Below that Hafizpet flyover, there is one small Krishna temple.
Beneath.
Yeah. Okay, I'm saying from this that power is there when you are. Power will automatically come when you follow the instruction of Guru. So please try to increase the craving for getting a Diksha Guru, spiritual master in your life. उसके लिए क्या करना है सोचो. Right, take it seriously, Prabhuji. Okay. So purport by His Holiness Śrīla Prabhupāda ki jai. Yeah. It's a very big purport. So the path of spiritual realization is undoubtedly difficult. Undoubtedly difficult. The Lord therefore advises us to approach a bona fide spiritual master in the line of disciplinic succession from the Lord Himself. How many disciplinic successions are there? What are they? Kids. Brahma Sampradāya, yes. So no one can be a bona fide spiritual master without following the principle of disciplinic succession. The Lord is the original spiritual master. That's why they said, right? What is the shloka? Jagat Guru. Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. That's why they say Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. The Lord is the original spiritual master, and a person in the disciplined succession can convey the message of the Lord as it is to his disciples. No one can be spiritually realized by manufacturing his own process, as is the fashion of foolish pretenders. The Bhagavatam 6.13.19 says, Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranitam. The path of religion is directly enunciated by the Lord Himself. Therefore, mental speculation or dry arguments cannot help lead one to the right path. Nor by independent study of books of knowledge can one progress in spiritual life. One has to approach a bona fide spiritual master to receive the knowledge. Such a spiritual master should be accepted in full surrender. And one should serve the spiritual master like a menial servant without false prestige. Do you think the spiritual master whom you are choosing, ये अगर मैं spiritual master choose करूँगा तो ये मेरा आस्ती में थोड़ा पूछेगा, मेरा property में थोड़ा पूछेगा, वो डर रहा है क्या? Anyone is having some necessarily if I choose that Guru, he might, after I surrender completely to him, he might ask some of my property. Better to not choose. Do you anyone is having that kind of a thinking? Please let me know. Nothing wrong in asking. Nothing wrong in having that doubt also. Unfortunately, we are living in a society where that kind of things have happened with Sampradāyas. Don't worry. In the discipline section, no one, everyone, Guru, if he is seriously a spiritual master, he is only bothered about your spiritual progress. He is not bothered about your property. Of course, he might suggest you. For example, there is an example. One person went to Guru. Prabhuji, I am having lot of pressure, Prabhu. I am having one home loan and I lost my job. How to handle? Then after 1 week or 2 weeks, he got job, and after 1 or 2 years, with his job, he cleared the loan. Then he took another loan, another property he took, and he went to save Guru. Lot of pressure is there, Maharaj. I have taken a property and the EMI is there. Lot of pressure is there. He has given an instruction. Please sell the property because he wanted his spiritual progress. Now, if he given that instruction given by the Guru Maharaj, if he sees what Prabhu, I have asked for a solution and you are asking me to sell the property, what is this? అంటే నువ్వు అది క్లియర్ చేసుకుంటూ ఉంటే నువ్వు ప్రాపర్టీ పెడుతుంటావు అంత భారం అంతా కృష్ణుడే తీర్చాలా. Prabhuji and Mataji's Krishna will give for your need, not for your greed. Not for your greed. Lot of people in the society compare a spiritual master again for material positions. Please bless me, Prabhu. I go to US, and they will properly say, I go to US, Prabhu. I will serve the temple there. I will give some dakshina here. But actual agenda is Going for US was the yo-yo lifestyle, right? Please, Prabhuji and Mother, don't worry. If you are trying to choose a spiritual master, they will not ask your property. But if it is a hindrance for your spiritual journey or spiritual life, he might not ask for him. He might ask you to sell the property and have that funds with you only. He is not going to ask. Okay? So please think. Mataji ne अच्छा गाना गाया उड़ुपी में. 2 times she sang the bhajan. How many of you know the meaning of the bhajan? She sang a bhajan which shows the importance of a guru in your life. Importance of a guru in your life. That's what she sang. First day and second day she sang that bhajan. Mataji, first 2 lines किससे गाई है ना? First 2 lines. Hare Bol. So, Guru ke vachno, please follow the instructions of Guru. There are a lot of secrets hidden in that Guru's instructions. And whoever follows the instructions, they are never lost. That's what the rough meaning of it. Okay? So, nor by independent study of books of knowledge can one progress in spiritual life. One has to approach a bona fide spiritual master to receive the knowledge. Such a spiritual master should be accepted in full surrender. Full surrender. And one should serve the spiritual master like a menial servant without false prestige. Satisfaction of the self-realized spiritual master is the secret of advancement in spiritual life. Inquiries and submission constitute the proper combination for spiritual understanding. Unless there is submissive in service and inquiries from the learned spiritual master will not be effective. One must be, again, please listen to this sentence. Unless there is submission and service, inquiries from the learning spiritual master will not be effective. One must be able to pass the test of the spiritual master, and when he sees the genuine desire of the disciple, he automatically blesses the disciple with genuine spiritual understanding. In this verse, both blind following and absurd inquiries are condemned. Not only should one hear submissively from the spiritual master, but one must also get a clear understanding from him in submission and service and inquiries. A bona fide spiritual master is by nature very kind toward the disciple. Therefore, when the student is submissive and is always ready to render service, the reciprocation of the knowledge and inquiries becomes perfect. So that's what is said. So that is the process of surrender. Okay. So what is the proof that this message you got it from Krishna consciousness system? Okay, fine. So process of surrender, again the same thing. These 3 words stressed. Importance of seva. If you purchase something, you must pay for it. You cannot pay by offering the value of the teachings of the Swami. If you purchase something, you must pay for it. Correct? If you go to supermarket, you purchase, you have to pay. You cannot pay by offering the value of the teachings of the spiritual master. But the spiritual master, whatever you give, whatever he is giving, you can't pay also. That is not possible, so it is called sevaya. Dedicate your life for his service. You cannot pay. How can you repay a spiritual master? Once Śrīla Prabhupāda in one of his books said, how can you repay a spiritual master? You can't even repay by removing your skin and creating a chappals with your skin. By that also you can you can't repay your spiritual master. And they say you can at least pay by following his instructions or thanking him by taking little water like a achanam in your hand and offer it to Guru. That's how you can repay. Lesson. Don't go to God or Guru. Don't go to God or Guru to just take from them. They are already giving. Go to them with a desire to serve them. Okay? So anyway, so these things we'll see in the next session. 4.35. Result. What is the result of this transcendental knowledge? No longer falling into the illusion. 4.36. Cross over the ocean of miseries. 4.37 burns to ashes all reactions to the material activities. So, yeah, here it is. The condition of Arjuna is similar to us. One side illusion, other side truth. One side materialistic people, other side spiritual people, and both sides have our near and dear ones. One side truth is in favor of us, and other side materialistic people are stopping us. They are against us. In this situation, as Arjuna approached Krishna, we also have to approach a bona fide spiritual master. If there is no conflict, you are not on the spiritual path. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also showed us by his example that not even me can learn to love God if we don't humble ourselves in front of bona fide spiritual master. Whatever we know, we should keep that aside and humble ourselves and surrender completely in front of the spiritual master. Has anyone cried in front of the deities? Yeah. Abhi Mataji, Sabri Mataji, Dosna Mataji, Gītā Mataji, Vasu Mataji, Ina Mataji, Archana Mataji. What about Prabhuji? They are hesitating. Boys should never cry, Prabhu. If I lift my hand, what people will think in the society? Boy is man, he man.
No, I have been emotional, but I never cried.
Bhagavad Prabhu.
That's the truth.
I cried. I also cried.
Had I cried, I would have told.
I cried. I also cried. What about others? Cry.
I wish to cry something.
Cry. Please cry. Otherwise, he will force you to cry. I'm sorry to say that it might be sounding little offensive or pessimistic. Try to learn to cry. Cry. The kind of things going on. Prevaradika? Valika. So, please learn to cry. Because we need to cry. Krishna, what is this difficulty? I know I did my past mistakes, but I am not able to take this pain, Krishna. Please help me. Please help me, support me in going through this phase. Okay? Now, most awaited Udupi experiences from all the devotees. Huh? Stop the recording, okay. I am. Not clear it.